I've seen the state of the race with my own eyes, ladies, gents, and mad malcontents. If you wanted an update, here's your chance. So far, we've mostly seen gauntlet runner skirmishes and dueling mayhem. Now it's time for the real thing. Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already too. Poor bastards went after something too nasty for their head hunt and got themselves head hunted. We've got some candidates who have outright given up. No confidence. Can't blame them against these odds. And some others have bought and sold out of the race.
Come on! That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
I suppose money's power like anything else. Military strength's not meant to decide this race anyhow.
The question is, what's our final head count going to look like? Lots of unknowns left, people, and we'll not know the truth until the exhibition. A little bird told me one of our contenders has made a bold play in Martira. They might not even come out of it with a head.
What are they scheming then? Let's hear some details.
Sorry, chums, I'm just the crier. Can't speak for any one candidate in particular. Luckily, you'll not have long to wait now. With all that said, can't help but wonder how Count Luis is taking this, can we? My sources say he's not bothered with any of this. He's still gallivanting across the land, killing humans. And yet, even without a formal entry, Luis's voter base is still growing. Bound to have His Eminence Forden grinding his teeth, that. For now, let's enjoy the show!
Right, everyone. Farewell said, particulars packed.
All that remains is to ride to Oceania with pride in our hearts.
Watch out, Luis. You won't know what hit you.
Well then, off to the races, what? Old Barden's given me a detailed map of the area.
Sounds like quite a journey. I hope it won't be as bumpy as last time.
Oh no, it'll be a sight smoother. But you've got wings. What are you fussing for?
Oh, there it is. Should have known the fatigue would hit eventually. About time I got some sleep. Heis, mate. Why are you on my bed? You're positively miniature, man. There are plenty of other places fit for you to sleep.
Yes. Splendid. Just magnificent.
What is he dreaming about?
I hope you've no designs on taking my bed. I have cut men down for less.
With friends like these.
Now then.
Next is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Principality of Oceania. If we punch it south out of Martira, we'll make it in, I'd say 3 nights, 4 days or so. Okay. Oh, we're gonna run into whoever that is. They were like, they designed it just for this. Wow, so that's Port Brilehaven.
Let's see.
Oh, wasn't there someone else? There was someone else who was like down here. Maybe they just left. I don't know.
But wait, that... Oh, hey!
What sort of place is Brilehaven exactly? 'Tis a large city of prosperous commerce, due in no small part to its oceanside proximity. I envision droves of people will pour in for the exhibition. All the people delayed by the landslide might still be showing up. Keep an eye on the road, okay, near us? Why, I never. Who do you think you're talking to? Leave it to me. Next stop, Port Brilehaven, capital of Oceania.
Leaving behind the old castle town stricken by tragedy, the gauntlet runner sets off toward the exhibition of the brave. Their destination, Port Brilehaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania. A world unknown to them. What will they accomplish? Acclaim? Or...
Can you hear me?
Hello there, can you hear me? Neris's voice is echoing out of the runner phone. If you're hurting for things to do, hop on over to the lounge. I fixed the plant culture chamber so you can grow seeds if you got them. Thanks to Nuris, you can now use the plant culture chamber. If you use it to plant any seeds you have, thanks to the magic of the igniter, your crops will be ready for harvest the very next day.
What the heck?
Oi!
Have you heard? There's a bath cast on the back deck now. I've heard enough whining about not being able to bathe, so I whipped something up. It's not elegant, but it'll do the job. No doubt it would shake too much to use while traveling, but it should be lovely to enjoy a soak when we're stopped.
Speaking of,
I've heard that in certain regions, fruits and grasses are added into bath water to relieve exhaustion and strengthen the body. Should you encounter such items, perhaps you ought to consider a purchase. Thanks to Nuris, you can now use the bath cask on the back deck. Not only can you acquire mag by using it, but you can also add various bath salts to the water to improve your abilities.
The breeze feels nice.
We got 3 more days. I can tell you're feeling stronger these days, but it's still too dangerous to go outside at night. Is that a thing eventually?
That reminds me.
We'll arrive in the Ocean City the day after tomorrow. Heisme, you've erected a tent up above, haven't you? Do take care that you don't get carried off by the wind. I'm confident it will take more than that to pull the tent apart, though I suppose some caution is warranted.
Speaking of,
Worst case scenario, you've got wings. You could just fly back to us, no? My young friend, where did you hear UG are capable of flight? I hate to disappoint, but they're rather more for gliding.
Nura speaking.
I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
The city ruins come to view. This place once flourished through the excavation of magla crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hardy and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brylehaven. However, the promise of strong magla drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain. And with the promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seem to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
this is...
'Tis a truly harrowing sight. Look at all those crystals. Simply coming here is enough to wound the soul. A chill settles into my very bones as I consider what could have occurred here. Something wrong, lad? Did the gauntlet runner get the best of your stomach again?
no.
No, sorry. I was just reminded of something unpleasant.
Everything okay?
You okay?
Right.
Yeah, sorry to cause you any concern. I know what destroyed this village. I've no doubt about it. This is the work of a human. Indeed, the scars left upon this place differ from the traces left behind by monster attacks or acts of war. Right, I don't know if the magla crystals are what attracted the humans here, or if the attack caused them, but my hometown will eventually... I'll make no assumptions about what runs through your mind, but I would ask you to recall the time when we cut down the human at the castle and saved all those lives within.
That's why.
Do not allow your thoughts to dwell on negativity. The day will come when both this place and your homeland will flourish once again. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I feel like coming face to face with the cruel decline of the village has deepened my wisdom in its own way.
All right.
Hey!
Oh, my stomach sends notice that our next meal is overdue. Why don't we head back? So, I guess Nuris can read the room when he wants to, huh?
So,
Let's put this place behind us.
Here.
By the by, I made another drawing. This picture will bring viewers no joy, but it is an important sight to document nonetheless. I'll take the drawing with me to ensure I never forget what happened here.
As
Oh,
the
we're not
sun
gonna give it to
sinks
her.
below
Maybe
the
it'd be too
horizon,
sad to give to
the
her.
Gauntlet Runner arrives in a land dense with trees. The glow of the Gauntlet Runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in its light.
Quite.
Oh, the salty yet strangely refreshing aroma of seawater is already upon us. At this rate, we should reach Brylehaven by tomorrow. Seawater? I thought so. The air feels a lot more clammy, so I assume that's what it was. And we put the forest behind us at long last. That must mean we've already ventured beyond where that cliff collapsed. A barring passage.
I see.
So it would seem it was fixed without a trace of its ruin. And speaking of ruin, Nurse, do you remember that we are relying on you for safe passage the rest of the way?
Gauntlet runner sighted!
Enemies coming our way. Or so I thought. Looks like it's that Missy's Gauntlet runner coming for us this time.
Hey!
Hey, you lot. Yeah, on the Gauntlet runner over there. You're not becoming king on my watch. I've got a short fuse, you know, and that means if you don't come out right now, kaboom! So, the young miss says, I'm hoping you lot are willing to act.
Certainly.
Don't worry, won't take this lying down. Wait, they're coming on board at the other end. Well, now we have to accept their challenge. Hi again.
It's you! So we meet again! Maybe you got the better of me last time, but you're about to get some payback.
Give me a break, lady. Ever heard of learning from your mistakes? Sorry, but we don't intend to lose either.
Ooh, big talk. Well, I'm willing to rewrite my record if that's what it takes to be queen. My people are suffering as we speak. Who's gonna save the Parapus if I don't give it all I've got? I promised them all I'd become queen. You're all decent people, got nothing against you, but I'm not holding back.
Now's the time.
What did that just say? Oh yeah, she gets hit. She gets damaged. Oh damn, okay, 600 damage.
Looks like you've gotten stronger. So have we.
Now accept your fate. No.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Oh, she has dropped. Stuff can drop from her?
Hell's fire!
What is their weakness? Nice moves, Heisman.
Let's lend me your strength.
Forward!
Fire!
What is their weakness? That's your
Are you
weakness.
prepared?
Nothing! Last chance to give up.
I'll destroy you!
Now accept your fate. Blaze!
Let's work together.
Please allow me.
That's right.
No. Why? Why? I trained so much.
Like,
for
she didn't
this.
even get to do anything unless there's a
This
round
isn't
two.
supposed to happen.
A sweet, but we stole her sweet roll. A sweet bun.
I've lost.
Oh, if I could just beat you, I'd ask you to join me, but that power of yours is really something. I mean, we should have asked her to join us instead. Like, technically we want the same stuff. But don't you rest easy, because I will win next time. Start preparing now, you got that? Katharina, cheer up.
Yeah?
I saw your runner, so I followed you. You're as tough as they say. Oh my, Eudoricus. Yeah. Who do you think I am exactly? Pardon me, I know perfectly well that you're the great Katharina Gran. Everyone here knows. In fact, all their hopes are pinned on you.
Oh.
Are all these people migrating to find work, even though it might kill them in the end? What other options do Parapists like them have? It might be dangerous, but you've got to break some eggs to make an omelet. Eudoricus, wait. Take this and see if you can't stop everyone from leaving for now.
Hey.
Good news, you lot. Katharina has made a generous donation. Oh, thank you. Now we can eat for once.
Listen to me.
Listen, everyone, I know these times are trying, but this kind of work ain't the answer. If you can hold out just a little longer, I swear I'm gonna set things right for us.
Well then.
Now there we are. We believe in you, Katharina. I earned that money slaying a monster just a few days ago. It was meant to be the start of my royal campaign fund. It's a small price to pay for helping out my people, but it'll last them, what, a few weeks at most? They'll be heading out to find work again in no time. I just can't fathom dying to earn a living. Oh, yeah, and the fat cats are all too happy when the Parapists take them up on it.
I'll make it happen.
When I'm in charge, first thing I'm gonna do is offer bounties for their bloody heads. They squeezed us dry, so I'll squeeze them right back. Is money the answer? Will handing out money make this better? I got no clue myself, but I had to try something. Even now, tons of those people ain't gonna survive, and I can't tell people who aren't eating today to wait until tomorrow while I think of something. I was just lucky, you know. I had the strength to push through and survive. The truth is, most people don't have that kind of strength. They need someone to provide it for them.
That's why.
You should know better than most. Those who can act gotta take action. If they don't, nothing in this bloody world's gonna change. It'll stay as rotten as it is. So many say there's nothing to be done, but they only say that because the Parapists are right there, right where they want them, beneath everybody.
It just ain't right.
They couldn't have the Parapists start doing well for themselves. That would shake up the shoddy ground they're standing on. They like this twisted world just as it is. Then let's change things. Let's change things ourselves. That's exactly what I plan on doing. And with anyone able to take the throne, now's the time to do it, which means I can't just hand it to you either.
Thanks.
Much obliged. We may be enemies, but I like having these talks. I'm not as powerful as I need to be, but still, I reached out to the recruitment center and we should be seeing bigger rewards from bounties. Go check it out. We gotta keep taking those monsters down. We'll beat this world into peace together. I can feel Katharina's indignation toward the world's absurdities, as well as her deep faith in me.
She... now, a new power.
Yay! Without even
I'm not
wasting
letting anyone
time.
die.
Oh, the pugilist fattens the purse of bounty rewards at each city's. I don't know why the way that's with fattens the purse of bounty. The pugilist. Ooh. Damn, what the heck is that in the back? Is that a tail? What is that? A horn? Bounty bonus. Next time I see you, I'm taking you down for sure, so don't go dying on me.
As the shadows are stretched to their limits before darkness takes them, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a balmy wetland. Nocturnal creatures who lay dormant beneath the fens in the light rise to seek out their prey. Meanwhile, the party rests their weary souls, fatigued by the long journey, under the protection of the Gauntlet Runner.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Captain. Rise and shine, what? Almost there.
Rhylehaven. It's been a while.
You've been before.
My parents took me once when I was a boy. I remember the day we arrived, and waking up to the smell of the ocean. The place was crowded beyond belief. Everything was so different from our hometown in the countryside.
I felt much the same when I reached the royal capital. Quite a sight compared to my little village, with naught but fields and mountains.
To be sure. And where are you from, Hulkenberg?
You cannot guess? Surely Montario in the east. Why, the Hulkenbergs are one of that nation's most prominent aristocratic houses, if not foremost among them.
You don't say.
Well, yes. Though I've no close relationship with my parents, I've hardly seen them since I left home.
I see. Suppose we've all come a long way, haven't we?
Seems we'll make it to the exhibition just in time.
With a master at the helm, you were bound to, eh?
I really hope Joanna shows up.
We resolved to trust her. So we simply watch and wait.
Right. Everyone set and steady? Welcome, ladies and gents, to the coastal crown jewel, Port Rhylehaven.
Port Rhylehaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania, the western annexed state of Uchronia. A vivacious city, Rhylehaven is port of call to ships of both trade and war, bustling with hardy sailors. From the natural wonders caused by Magla to the Colosseum's contests of strength, people flock here to see the marvels of a city that never sleeps. The sea guides the Gauntlet Runner into the city alongside a warm, salty breeze.
It's the ocean!
What the heck is...
Just look!
Like,
There's
what the
water
heck
all
is
the way to
even
the
that?
horizon.
The freaking water orb sphere. Hey yo, this seems like a nice place. Like, why is it so much more friendly looking?
The City of Water, Brylehaven.
Sancta Cadeau, you've brought us quite a magnificent head. How do you think it'll stack up against your competitors?
With the warrior monks at my side, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. But I won't presume to know the rankings. I humbly leave it in God's hands.
Lineup's a bit conventional for my taste so far.
Watch this guy be like the true evil mastermind at the very
Here comes our
end.
mysterious little underdog now. Stir things up a bit here, will you?
Unless he's just like the guy who's like on he's like on no one's side, you know. He's just there for the drama. He's there for the tea. The tea to be spilled. Is it spilled or spilt?
Ah, would you look at these spectacular gauntlet runners? They must all be worthy of kings.
Looks like Luis is still the only one with a Skyrunner, though.
No, I'm sure those blasted clergymen have some mechanism for it too. The Sanctus Church funded the Skyrunners to begin with. If you can call that flying, of course.
I mean, I hope ours gets an
Piffling about
upgrade.
with levitation magic.
Maybe not.
Only a passing acquaintanceship to real aerodynamics. Birds have never needed magic to fly. Just the mechanical ingenuity of the feathered wing. That's the kind of breakthrough I'd like to make. You'll see, eh? One day, I'll make those wings reality, and we'll soar like birds.
Yeah,
looking
not
forward to it.
interested.
Good. I'll have you run in the sky with me. Mark my words.
If it isn't the pretentious little gallant and his cronies.
If it isn't the walking headache.
Well. No head to be seen. Weren't you talking big about chasing down that Heismay fiend?
You're referring to me, yes?
You're the man. This is a joke, is it? He's your great and terrible bounty. You know there's still time to drop out before you humiliate yourself in front of the masses.
Say what you wish. He is one of us. It is not his head we are offering.
Truly? You're allied with a wanted criminal? Are you all mad? Oh, your public humiliation will be quite a sight. Come, Hector.
And that was?
A candidate and one of Luis's henchmen. We don't exactly see eye to eye.
Confound it. No damn parking spaces left. Well, let's look for somewhere a bit less unpleasantly populated.
Wait, yeah, do they even have like
Tomorrow is finally
he
the
said no
exhibition to present all
parking
the heads.
spaces, like they have designated
hope Joanna
parking
shows up.
lots for these
You named
things.
all sleepheads
Look with the
alike,
lines and
I could
everything.
stay and wait for the cavalry. Got to give the old girl a tune-up anyway, don't I?
Tis much appreciated. In that case, we should look for an inn about the city. Ah, and we must sample the local delights. They've far better seafood than in the capital.
Hope it's nothing too
To
weird.
stop for rest, surrounded by fine food, is an uncommon blessing.
If you're sure, nurse, then we'll leave it to you. Me, I long for a proper bed.
So be it. Let's find ourselves some lodging.
Really?
We came all this way to a big city. I think we deserve a real inn.
Whoa!
You can really see the king's face from here, huh? I'd realized 'twas slowly moving, but it's coming to Brilehaven was beyond expectations. I wonder why it came. I do suspect it keeps a watchful eye on the top candidates. It's evident that we're being observed, as we've seen from the coronation rock. Well, maybe that's actually for the better. Seeing that thing in the sky makes everyone really think about the kingdom's future. Anyway, we better get into finding an inn so we can stay at.
What is it you?
Oh my, who the fuck? You there? You have a look like you have a look about you like one of my supporters, are you? Who? Oh wait, I think I remember this guy from the, like, what they say, like, oh, there's like at the end, like, the, you know, they had like, oh, everyone who's like the top runner and then the rest of them. I think he was part of our group, the rest of them. You truly haven't heard of me? Oh, I am shocked, and yet how lucky you are to be granted the privilege of my exquisite form for the first time.
Yeah.
Beauty is all is my creed, and more than anything, a king should be beautiful, should he not? And whichever inn I choose for my beauty rest must be worthy of my resplendent grace. Yes, like this golden coral pavilion. Alas, I doubt you have been blessed with wealth enough to enjoy a room at such a lavish place like this. This guy's a jerk. I wouldn't want to stay in an inn full of people like him anyway. I saw you in Martira, didn't I? Another participant in the tournament, right? Were you planning to stay at this inn? Unfortunately, there aren't any beds left. Because of the exhibition, everywhere's full up, and after I told myself I was going to make sure to stay somewhere nice this time, too.
I see.
That's so. If this place is no good, we'll have to look somewhere else. But wait, that gauntlet runner of yours, the one you had parked in the middle of Martira. Hey, come on, what sort of technology does it use? Let me in on it. Who are you? I don't really know. What a shame you go inside without even knowing how it worked. Your group must have quite a talented engineer. Just so you know, I'm participating too. I've got a real gauntlet runner of my own and everything. That means that if you're stubborn and refuse to tell me, I can make you do it by force.
Hey!
Look who's here. You're that elder fella from Martira, ain't you? Guess we both got ourselves marks for the exhibition. Were you hoping to stay at this inn? Sorry to disappoint you, if so, because I just got tossed out on my ear by the innkeeper. Said it's already full, and the one calling itself the come one come all inn. Some joke. Is there anywhere else? There's 2 other inns nearby, but I'm hardly thrilled with either option. On the other side of the fountain is the Golden Coral Pavilion, where knobby wankers like Forden stay. A parapet or an elder stay in there? Fat Blake chance. And there's an inn past the Golden Corral, Coral, not maybe Corral, the Golden Corral, like the I feel like it's spelled differently. I think Golden Coral, but that one's twice as pricey. Rumors say that that's where you'll find Louise naturally. Probably bought out the whole place for his rabble-rousing crew.
Yes, but...
You think so? Then guess we better avoid that one. Not like we could afford it to begin with. As far as other options go, there's the Spider's Den over by the tavern. There's a dodgy-looking Yuji standing out front, smiling all creepy-like. Puts me right off staying there, so I'll pass. Besides, who needs an inn when there's a tavern? From this day on, I claim it as my castle. Oh, I doubt we get much sleep in a tavern. I sure wouldn't anyway. Not that the Spider's Den sounds much better. Then again, there's no way we're getting into the Golden Coral, so we might not have a choice. Should we go check it out? This inn looks pretty shady, but I'm not sure we've got any other options. Let's talk to that man. Oh, that man over there before we go in. I think he's the innkeeper. Probably. Oh, on the hunt for lodging, are we? I have a spare room available. I won't refuse service to anyone, and my rooms are affordable for all. Criminals, persecuted tribes. Oh no, I wouldn't dream of turning business away. Feel free to have a look at the accommodations. We can discuss payment afterwards.
Kind of freaky.
This place seems really shady, but we might as well look at the room.
Well, Should have figured they'd be out of the upper rooms with all the travelers in town.
'Tis a far cry from the runner, at least. I am full glad to stretch my legs again.
Did you see that giant bug just now? It was like the size of my head. It's gotta be poisonous.
Oh, pull yourself together. It's just a insect.
Well, listen to you. You can't have lived in a giant sandworm den and been afraid of bugs, surely.
Hence the hut.
That's why you lived in that hut.
More importantly, we must discuss tomorrow's proceedings.
Right. We meet up with Joanna, then get to the exhibition after that. Joanna will admit to the crime. The guilt of a sanctoress, especially of her status, will guilt Forden by association. That should make an impression on Louise.
Yet for all this, we need Joanna herself. Do you truly think she will join us?
We have to trust her.
She chose to offer her own head instead of the monster's. If you ask me, she'd not have done that if she didn't believe it truly was her child. At least in part. I believe she expressed genuine parental love. I want to believe that, at least.
And what if she ends up not showing up? I mean, you're the one who got the worst of all of this in the first place.
If it comes to that, you've still got my head for the dais. After all, the bounty still says I'm a kidnapper.
Balderdash will not sacrifice an innocent life for our victory. But your offer speaks highly of your spirit.
Right. We've done what we can do. All that's left is to keep our chins up and face the competition head on.
Too early yet to retire for the night. We could drop by one of the local pubs. Listen for what perks our ears. And while we're at it, might as well sit down to a proper supper, eh? Could be my last, after all.
Oh, haha, very funny. But I guess good info is important. Let's go check it out.
What are we without beauty? What do we care for promises and speeches from repulsive mouths? Beauty is everything, and it is time our country reflected that.
Sounds like the candidates have started their speeches. Let's listen in for a bit.
With all skills and talents equal, would you see the crown atop an ugly head or a handsome one? Beauty is power. Lack one, you should lack the other. When I take the throne, all the hideous will be stripped of their titles. Together, we shall build a nation ruled only by radiant, everlasting paragons of beauty.
What the fuck?
Well, he has a point about what people tend to follow.
What? This really doesn't bother you? It isn't right.
You'd rather wait for a king who was always right, then?
Enough about appearance. A beautiful face cannot win wars. Without military power, the crown's voice means nothing! When I am king, I will establish a unified nation with the Rousant tribe at its head! Our tribes, our status, they mean something. You could stray from a monolith, but it will still remain. There can be no true peace without using the power we command! Hear, hear! For Rousant pride!
What pride is there in seizing power by force? Disgraceful.
When I'm queen, all the land's corrupt upper classes will be wanted men! We'll have our guillotines sharpened and our wallets open! Those who thought to tilt the world with their heavy coffers will be a head lighter! We'll split their fortunes and toast to our health!
Preach it, Katharina! You're just what this land needs!
Wouldn't the first target be the one on the throne, then?
Everyone's just shouting all their ideals out.
These candidates are all pathetic. Nobody here even compares to Lord Luis.
Luis isn't even in the running, lad. Poor Blight is afraid of losing to Sanctifex Ford.
You've got it backwards, geezer. He's just not wasting his time on these windbags.
I confess, I know not how to feel. 'Tis unprecedented. Never before have our citizens come together in the street in broad daylight and shared their true feelings on king and kingdom.
Indeed. Is this really the kind of change His Majesty wanted? Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Let's go in. If we hang around too long here, we're bound to get dragged into a nasty argument.
When I'm king, pleasures will rule the city. A bar on every block and a flagon in every hand. All you can drink, all year round.
Woo! Next round's on Loveless.
Let fools be content with their fool dreams. Grant me the crown, and I will make our kingdom powerful beyond imagining.
Most powerful? Doesn't really mean anything, does it? Aren't you another one of Luis's flunkies, hound? Stop barking and get back to your master.
Always about that goddamn Luis. I've been in the guard just as long as he has, you swine.
Quite a lively crowd. Looks like a great many of them came all the way here to watch the competition.
That lad there, he's an elder, isn't he? Are you a candidate too?
Well, strike me down, you're right. Never seen one of you blokes before. Might be out of luck in the race, though. You'll not stand a chance.
Pay him no mind. A drunk's words weigh nothing.
Wow, there are fish swimming in front of the store.
Ah, I've heard of this. 'Tis on the customer to fish up a catch, and the chefs will prepare it for eating.
I admit, I'm curious. Shall I sing a shanty for you as you take up rod and reel, Captain?
What, I have to do it for everyone? Are we sharing? I caught some weird, creepy creature.
Is that really edible? It doesn't look quite, natural.
By all means, let us try it.
Did she even look at it?
Why, tis delicious! The aroma of the sea simply floods the mouth. Ah, and what splendid
Bro, after she's done
crunch
with
it
this
has.
fucking Royal Night Guard, she's just gonna be a food critic.
I mean,
Or would it,
they
like,
wouldn't
not
let
the
us
health
fish up
inspector, literally
anything
just a
outright
food critic.
inedible. I hope.
At least we'll die together.
Can't afford to be too picky.
Well, at least
Yeah,
it
you're
ought to be better
hungry.
than
Just
the
eat,
cuisine
even a little
suffering
bit,
Martyra.
man. Even a little bit. Like one.
It's rather slimy for my liking.
I said nothing since Hulkenberg seemed to enjoy it so much, but if you're going to eat an unknown fish, might you not at least sear it first?
Tis fine enough without, I say.
You know what? Maybe this is like their
way
version
higher
of
standards,
sashimi
lady.
or sushi or something. Or like, what is it? The other one, ceviche.
Excuse me, friends. Don't mean to interrupt your meal. I'm Batlin, a church crier for the tournament. Maybe you remember me. Sounds like you made a hell of a splash in Martyra, huh? Felling a vicious beast's one thing, but not many candidates took it figuratively.
We're trying to eat here.
How did you hear about all this?
It's a crier's business to hear things. So, do you have a head ready?
Well, let's see. Got a head right here, I suppose.
Lips sealed, huh? Well, I'm certainly looking forward to the exhibition then. Especially considering the diversity of your little party. I've always preferred to chase an interesting lead over a sure bet. Can't help it, I'm afraid. So, I'll have a keen eye out for you, all right?
That cry is an odd one. Not really what you'd expect from a Sanctus promoter. Who is he?
Rumor has it that young candidate hasn't brought ahead. Wonder what he's playing at.
Whatever it is, he's about to get a sharp lesson in the ways of the world, poor lad.
I think he's worth keeping an eye on. Keep it under your hats, chums, but his power may rival Count Luis. I think he's just the ingredient we need to, spice this race up a bit.
Right. Just got back from the pub, did you?
You wound me! Nobody trusts a radical, huh? I expect you'll see for yourself.
Joanna and Barden should reach the city by morning, and I imagine they will aim to find us in our Gauntlet Runner. Neris ought to be there to greet them. When the day dawns, we should head to the Gauntlet Runner.
The man's sloshed. Again.
What happened to waiting for our guests? You utter buffoon! Is this why you volunteered to stay behind?
Seems like Joanna and Barden aren't here yet.
Oh, I feared this might happen. And we've no other head to offer the judges. 'Tis a precarious position.
See, this is why we should have had the baby head in the back, you know? Do they decompose like normal, or is it like magic?
Let's all stay calm, all right?
Ah! I'm going to splash some water on my face.
What? My sincerest apologies. I wasn't expecting anyone to come in. You see...
How did you come to be here? Explain yourself!
Is something the matter, Barden?
They were here the whole time?
I'm so terribly sorry. We heard the Gauntlet Runner had a washroom, so we thought we'd freshen up a bit. I bathed first and was resting in the back room, contemplating my final day as a sanctress.
Sir Nuris over there very decently let us in to wash up.
I couldn't stand it, old thing. Her heart would bring any right-thinking man to tears. Could have run like a bally thief in the night, but here she is, washing away her sins. It was more than a chap could bear, I say. Needed a drop of the grape and grain just to get myself through it.
The bottle's barely any emptier. Was a drop really all it took to get you drunk?
Oh, please do not blame the poor man. Talking to him has eased my heart for the trials to come. I cannot let myself betray you and regress to my vile delusions. I only sought to atone with myself before my sins are duly punished.
I understand. Thank you for coming. Then, as we agreed, please confess before the crowd when the time comes. To be honest, I'm hesitant to turn you in now you've genuinely decided to repent. I mean, we're hardly icons of virtue ourselves. In fairness, you're a woman of status, and it'll be a big crowd. We're not looking to instigate a public stoning here. You can explain yourself freely, in your own words. We can't ask anything more than that.
Thank you. Truly, I've felt so much more at peace since last we spoke. The fog has only cleared further, giving me clarity of purpose.
The fog, huh?
Thank you for everything. I do hope you win the throne.
I'd really rather not.
Yes, I intend to.
Whoever the crown goes to, we're at least going to make sure it isn't used for evil.
At last, it seems our preparations are set. We need only trust that our plans will bear fruit.
Thank you all for waiting. The very first round of the tournament for the throne, the exhibition of the brave, is about to begin. our monarchs-to-be will now present to the people the heads they seized to demonstrate their power as worthy.
Who the heck is
of
that
the
in the
throne.
back?
At a later date, when the second
Dark
round
Souls
is
enemy.
announced, the faces on the King's Rock, that is to say, the candidates with the top 20 approval ratings, will pass the first round.
20? 'Tis a great many eliminations in but one round.
I was hoping we'd at least make it through the first, but it might not be that simple.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes to the lineup of all the gorgeous faces at the judges' table, starting with His and Her Highnesses of Oceania and Montario.
Oh, it's her ladyship. Lord Montario's here too, eh? And the armor on that fellow over there? A general, is he?
And of course, we have the one, the only, the people's favorite, our guest from the Sanctus Church, better known as the Miracle Saint, healer of all ills, presenting the lovely Lady Rella Cygnus.
Saint? Who's this? Someone fill me in. I've been literally living in a hole.
A brilliant healer. We've met, though a long time ago. Even as a student, she was already considered the kingdom's best in her field.
Looks like the crowd's on your side, milady. Can you give us a few words about what's on your mind as you take on the judge's mantle?
Well, I'm afraid you've rather got me on the spot. Hello, all. This city sure has, great seafood. And, well, sea creatures. Fascinating, aren't they? There's so much we still don't know about them. Oh, I did hear about a legend of some monster in the eastern seas of Oceania. Imagine, the mind races. I'm hoping I can investigate those sightings while I'm here.
That's just great, Lady Rella. I'll just stop you there, clock's ticking and all that. But we're thrilled you're enjoying your stay.
Sometimes I can hardly believe you're my sister.
Oh,
Public speaker, aren't you?
they actually siblings?
So she's
like maybe half
a saint?
siblings, or
Well,
aren't
she
they
seems
different
like a nice enough
races?
lady.
Oh,
We
there's
better
some
stop
tea.
worrying about her and focus on ourselves.
Maybe
I don't
step
see Luis anywhere,
siblings.
but I bet he's got eyes in the crowd.
Step siblings are sisters too.
Now, the time has come. Let the exhibition of the brave begin! First up is a respected gentleman of the church. Guido, the head of the monk soldiers of the Crown Theocracy.
But it's a whole fish. Like, is that even fair? It has like, if it's not a head, like.
I've no taste for needless killing. Therefore, I chose a mark with meat, abundant and edible. After the judging, it will be served in a banquet for the poor.
I mean, that's nice too. That's nice.
Good people, strength and compassion in one package. He's got the crowd on his side right from the start. Now, is there anyone who can top this?
I can.
And we have a challenger. Second in line is the church's direct opposition, the spearhead of Count Luis's supporters, Gladel the Black Hound.
One look at the head and I know what you're thinking. Bit small, isn't it? Well, I can bloody well tell you I'm not like this smarmy git who fished up his dinner. I'll tell you what this is. Behold, the head of a hideous human!
Is that one of the? Oh, it's like one of the normal.
Where's your proof? Yes, the young sod's right. How do we know that's really
I mean, it kind of doesn't it share a head with one of the?
Look at the thing.
One of those
You think
enemies.
a normal beast could have a face like this?
Probably just made the damn thing yourself.
Oh, useless as ever. Did it never occur to him that the average citizen has never seen a human?
Now, everyone. everyone, let's have a little composure, please. Candidate Gladell, we're very much obliged. You may step down.
Aren't there guys that look like that? Well, whatever. I mean, I guess if nobody else knows, then sure. They'd be like, oh, what the hell? Nah, you tripping. Giant-ass squid.
The size of that thing. Is that the monster of the Eastern Sea?
Someone took the beastie down. Who did the deed?
I'd heard tell of a monster tormenting the people of this beautiful port city. I could do no less than grant them respite from their suffering. Such is the duty of those with power.
Who expected anything less? His Eminence Borden is simply in another class. Suddenly the critics have all gone quiet. All I hear is gratitude.
Borden's trophy is more impressive than I expected. How are we going to make a stronger impression than that?
It's fine.
It'll be
Everything's fine.
If he'd gone after us, the reaction would mean we'd have been written off no matter what we presented. Let's count ourselves lucky and trust in our strategy.
Now, no dirty looks, you lot. Next is the Pagan Assassin's Prize. Let's see what head we've got now. Thank you, Candidate Julian, for that helpful, exhaustive, and I think exhausting explanation.
Of what?
Now, we've had quite a succession up here, but our last is coming up now. This should wrap up our show. Now, if the last candidate, the Elden Boy, would please join us on the stage.
Where's their head?
Your pardon, madam, but would you happen to be the Lady of Martira? Joanna, the Sanctoress?
Indeed. The head they've brought is mine.
The impudence. You dare offer an honored lady of the church before these judges? This is not to be borne.
I've got something to say to you too.
That you, Chief, there. Isn't that Heismay? The same damn criminal you were supposed to be chasing?
That's the infamous Heismay.
See, look, how do they know that's him when he doesn't have like a wanted poster? Like his face or whatever is not on the poster.
He may be a former knight, but now he's a heinous criminal who stooped to kidnapping. Anyone who claims themselves his ally should be disqualified on the spot.
Please, wait. I have something I must confess to you all. You speak of the kidnappings that terrorized my home, Martira. I am here to confess that the true culprit behind those atrocities was me. I was the caretaker of a hideous human in the basement of my castle. And to feed it, I abducted the innocent people of my own city.
What? Absurd. Speak sense, woman.
Master Heismay is innocent in all this. He was framed for crimes performed by my hand and in my name.
And I, Borden, Captain of Martira's Guard Corps, stand to vouch for all that she said.
Just so. It was this young candidate who killed that human, cleared me of the false charges, and dispelled the shadow over Martira.
Thus, here I stand. My head is his to offer.
That's quite a turn of events. We have our head, ladies and
I mean,
gentlemen.
I guess we could have brought the other head and been like, look at this thing.
How is this believable?
Like, shouldn't we use that as proof? Like, oh, there's her baby's head or
That?
whatever.
Oh, they're putting words in the poor woman's mouth. A Sanctoress would never.
What will His Eminence Borden do?
The Honorable Master Godot should know whether I and my words can be trusted.
'Tis true to the last word, isn't it?
Yes, Your Eminence. Without question.
See, we should have brought
Young
the
candidate,
big-ass monster thing and
You
been
have
like,
done well to bring about her
there's your
repentance.
proof.
Now, justice must be rendered.
What? Right here and now?
Your Eminence, a moment!
Thank you for your concern. But I have no objections. For a sinner like me, to confess the truth to the people has already been more than I deserve. O new king, it is my hope that you will rid the world of its twisted prejudices and common cruelties. Please, lead this country armed with the truth.
I will. I promise.
Well, folks, sometimes that's just how the curtain falls.
Like, shoot, no one, like, shit, no one said there'd be a public execution.
Then our dark horse here has certainly turned in the heaviest. What an upset, ladies and gents! Who could see this coming?
Those crazy kids have done it again. What a show!
$49. Well, after the events of the exhibition, many people seem to have taken notice of me. I hope this eventually leads to saving the prince. I mean, if it didn't, like, do I get, like, an extension?
Arden just departed, wishing everyone well. I suppose he aims to reach Martira before Joanna's confession does.
And Forden himself. I hardly expected the man to make himself so visible.
Likely his attempt at redirection. Keeps the blame from falling on him and the church. Can't say it didn't work, I suppose. I'm certainly not blameless in this either. It was my suggestion to make an impression by foregoing the pursuit of a monster's head in favor of a person's.
I guess, but...
Nevertheless, the Lady Joanna entrusted her final wishes to us, and we mustn't betray them. It's all we can do, really.
Not bad, pups. We were passing on the course of a human hunt. You gave a most distinctive showing.
I suppose you're worth introducing ourselves to. I'm Fidelio, that's Basilio. Luis's right-hand man, see?
And now you walk with a Ujif at your side. Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating.
Better to have dependable friends than familiar ones. Something we've got in common.
Not only did you expose a failing of the Sanctus Church, but you dared to bring her alive so Forden himself could do the grisly part before all his flock.
That was not our intent.
Oh, same idea, yeah? A real person's head gets more eyes on you than some decapitated beast. And now, you're the names on everyone's lips, aren't you? No. We only read it wrong.
And you weren't afraid to make an enemy of the church to do it. It's quite a feat for a no-name candidate to so deftly rub Forden's face in the dirt. A wake-up call, I'm sure, for those who only know his honeyed words.
Oh, Lord Luis, we really should be going.
Relax. They're in the middle of a conversation.
I like a show of strength as much as the next girl, but I do so hate violent spectacles. A view from the sky sounds so much more enchanting, don't you think?
So this is what's become of Luis. There was something eerie to him even as a lad, but I'd never expected him to reach such heights.
Do you suppose we have his attention?
Last time he told us we had to demonstrate our power first. I'd like to think that if he went out of his way to talk to us, that's something we earned.
Oh, loves. I've got a message from Count Luis. He says he'll be sending a messenger along soon, so stay in the city, would you? And I have to say, I might not want to let you out of my sight either.
Master Luis? Master Luis was just here. What happened?
Well, he just left. You weren't told?
We'd better be getting back as well. Damn it. What's so special about those fools?
Oh, he might be the next boss of the whatever dungeon.
Luis is having a go for Popeye, eh? Are you officially all flunkies in arms now, then?
It might be a trap. Don't get cold feet now. We knew going in that any plan to win his favor would be dangerous.
We have finally taken the first step in saving His Highness the Prince. If we can get the formula, then we yet have a chance of lifting the curse.
How fares His Highness, anyway? He still fights?
I took a look in the Farsight mirror a while ago. He's still asleep. But nothing's changed about his condition.
And do we know where this formula is?
No, but he's bound to keep it somewhere secret if it's evidence linking him to the assassination. Still, a formula would be useless unless it's within arm's reach for emergencies.
If it's something he'd keep close, then...
It could be. Could be in his pocket, could be either of these.
Would he keep it in his pocket?
I doubt it. I mean, what if it slipped out? Maybe somewhere less precarious. Like in his gauntlet runner?
Do you really suppose it would be in the runner he uses even today? The incident was near a decade ago.
It's as good a chance as any. Getting inside would be a pain for anyone else, including us.
He said he would send a messenger. Perhaps it would be wise to wait until we've heard his missive.
Good point. Let's just wait for word then.
Joanna! A backwater sanctuarist denies me my moment of triumph! She defiles the very church itself. Oh, and naturally it was an elder of all people who stood her before me. Will that benighted tribe never stop dogging my heels?
An idea occurs, Your Eminence. For the tournament's next challenge, let us center the competition on a show of piety. Make them prove their Sanctus faith. After all, Sanctism is the state religion. It would be the barest of leaps to suggest that loyalty to the Church is loyalty to the state.
I assume you have a plan?
Altaberry's our next destination. The very seat of the faith outside the capital. I thought we might propose another hunt. This time for relics.
Ah, the so-called divine relics. Those false idols the pagans consider relics of their gods.
What need does the world have for gods beyond ours? Soon, they will talk of nothing but how to win the Sanctus Church's favor. Your Eminence's influence would be sure to reach even greater heights.
And in the pagan lands, the greedier candidates will plunder and pillage for idols as they see fit. Fine footholds for our missionaries, all without getting our hands dirty. The collection of divine relics should be a spectacle held on Saint's Day. Our divine right will be undeniable. Once I take the throne, I will re-establish that these relics originally belonged to the Sanctus Church, and that they were ransacked from us in the course of history.
Your Eminence, on that day, I should be grateful to be honored with a proper title.
Say no more. A concession only fair for the right hand of the Sanctifex.
Ever at your service. You do not bow your head.
Oh, humblest apologies.
What troubles you, my child?
Well, my concern would be about the risks involved. Some theories suggest even the royal scepter was originally one of these relics. In the unlikely event that a divine relic were to be found to nullify the king's magic...
If such a relic existed, it would have been found long ago. You burden yourself with such fears. All you need to do is be a good saint. Smile, wave, and bless.
Rella, you are to return to the royal capital and gather the people under my banner.
Understood.
Hello? A word. Some odd blighter left a letter for you last night. Said he was Louis's man. Night Prowler, today, come. Bit curt if I'm honest, hardly diplomatic. Seems like this Night Prowler place is some sort of pub or club. But do you know where it is?
On the city's outskirts. Seemed fairly dingy to my eyes. I can't imagine Louis had a haunt like that.
You think it's a trap? Maybe he's caught on to us?
If he wanted to trap us, I doubt he would make it so obvious. Though that doesn't guarantee our safety there, of course.
We have little other option but to show up.
I'll hang about in the runner. Keep myself busy with tinkering. Let me know if you talk yourself onto Louis's craft, eh?
Right then. Let's be off to this Night Prowler.
The Night Prowler, huh? The place should be on the edge of town, I've heard. The ferrymen should know how to get there. Should they really be doing the ferry when it's storming?